this is 3, 4, 5, and then it's 5, 12, 13, 15, whatever, right? Like till today, for some reason, I still remember that. But for most kids, like to them, it's like, why do I even need to learn this? I don't see the importance of this. If you want to be able to discover how to sell more on your sales videos, today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to an actual call that I did recently to give you insights and clarity on exactly what are the different elements that should be included in an effective sales video. And if you stay towards the end, you'll understand exactly how to start incorporating these ingredients in your presentation, in your sales video, even if you're an absolute beginner. Let's begin.
Sort and filter. Techniques that you learned at 5 years old that we already utilize in business today, you'll be able to blah, blah, blah.
If there was a real person behind you, which I don't think that person is, I would ask him to tickle you. Okay, I want to see that look in your video. Okay, that's how, because remember guys, the script is one thing, right? But the art, which is how you say it, and the warmth and that connection is different, right? So Leslie, go ahead, just quick introduction, who you are, where you're from, and sort of any results you help your audience generate.
Peng Joon, I'm from the Caribbean, Trinidad specifically. I help professionals use data to make better decisions in their companies.
Perfect. And based on this session, is there a specific thing? What do you feel that you want to get unstuck with?
So I have my first funnel up, and I'm not quite sure if the offer is good. It's modeled on your virtual event codex funnel. We've sent some traffic to it. I got about 10,000 clicks that take them to a shallower conversion, which is this free ebook. It's a 3-step framework, if you will. Of that, about, I don't remember the numbers, but about 5% converted. And of those 5% that converted, we took them to a workshop page, but nobody bought. I think it might be the offer.
This, all right, so let's take a look at the headline and the promise. All right, so discover the proven 3 techniques to be a game changer without doing any complicated math or programming for free, used by the top 1% of execs and CEOs. Enter your name below to see for yourself why data analytics will make you the smartest person in the room, even if you are not techie. Okay, so let's pause for a sec over here, okay, and see how we can improve this. So when I take a look at headline versus the benefit, the headline on proven 3 techniques to be a game changer is very vague. People will not know what that means. The proven techniques to be a game changer. And when you say like without any complicated math or programming, it's like that wasn't even in my mind in the first place, right? So remember, a typical headline is how to result without the thing that they hate doing, right? So right now the result, which is to be a game changer, people don't know what that means. And the thing that they hate doing, in their mind, it's like that's not associated with being a game changer to begin with. Even though I'm giving content, right, on a sales video, the problem is my audience is not consuming it. Why? Because I haven't gotten their attention and to be interested enough to listen to that explanation. So right now, a person isn't interested in why they should learn sort, aggregate, and I even forgot the third one, right? Why? Because it's now being shoved over, down my throat, but I don't see why I need to learn it, right? So think of it as kind of like kids going to school, right? Kids, when they go to school, it's kind of like the teacher saying, you got to learn Pythagoras theorem, and this is 3, 4, 5, and then it's 5, 12, 13, 15, whatever, right? Like till today, for some reason, I still remember that. But for most kids, like to them, it's like, why do I even need to learn this? I don't see the importance of this. And that's what we are doing right now in the sales video. What doing in the sales video is we haven't given them the why. Because if they can see why I need to learn this, as CEOs and executives, we will make sure that we understand the aggregate and sort and filter. But we don't have the why. And because we don't have the why, we don't have the attention to want to continue listening because we don't know our destination. So Leslie, the first thing we need to do in your conversation is we got to give them the vehicle, which is congratulations to from downloading this template. It's going to be an inbox in about 15 minutes from now. And right now in this video, I want to be able to show you how you can make smarter, faster, better decisions utilizing machine learning and AI. So now it's like, oh, that's why I need to learn aggregate. Oh, that's why I need to learn sum, right? Because now the benefit is it reduces my cost, overheads, employee retention is higher. It helps me get more of this, whatever it might be, right? I'm just totally making this up. However you feel this helps the organization. When you begin with the destination, this is where I'm taking you, that is when your audience will be interested. Does that make sense so far?
Perfect, yes.
Okay, so try to just quickly repeat in your words, right? If you were to kind of redo the hook, which is the payoff and why they should listen before talking about aggregate and sum and average, how would that sound like?
So congratulations for downloading. It'll be in your inbox in about 15 minutes. And if you're interested in transforming your organization during this crazy time we call COVID, and you've already invested in new platforms and new systems, but
pause 1 second, Leslie. So in your offer, and this goes for all of you, I would not use the word COVID in the sales video, just purely because if ads and traffic is being run there, Facebook is very sensitive about these type of things. They might trigger something. So you'll notice that in all of my ads as well as sales videos, I won't use the word COVID, or I don't want stuff that isn't going to be evergreen, right? The last thing I want to do is maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, things are reopened again, and then I'm going to reshoot this whole sales video again because this thing's no longer relevant. So you could say ever since the world went on lockdown. Now then, ever since the world went on lockdown, 4 years from now, people would know it's still relevant, regardless of when they're seeing it. Just something for you guys to think about. Always trying to make your content perennial or evergreen so that you can reduce the amount of changes that you make. Leslie, please continue.
Ever since the world went on lockdown, every business is investing more in new technology. Unfortunately, most businesses aren't seeing those returns. What if I told you one of the side products of that investment in technology is data? And ultimately, data is how you're going to reduce your overheads, how you're going to attract more customers, how you're going to be able to focus on the right customers and create the most suitable products for those particular customers.
Okay, pause a second. So Leslie, next thing I'd like you to practice is, I'd like you to practice smiling as you're talking, right? Do that with me, right? So practice that and just do this smile. So when you understand these three numbers, average, sum, right, whatever it might be, okay, just practice that, because right now, that sales video, yes, it's a serious topic, but we also want our audience to feel that warmth from you as well. Okay, so just practice that smile. So once we have talked about and introduced the different terminologies, I want to be able to see how you transition to your offer for data analytics. Here we go.
Today in the business world, we apply those same three techniques: aggregate, sort, and filter. But most of the individuals today, they don't actually know that these techniques that we learned a really long time ago are still applicable. So the techniques that most of us know, but only very few of us are able to apply. In today's world, aggregate, what are all my sales? How much discounts have I given? Who am, those types of questions are what people typically ask when they aggregate. Sort, who are my best customers? Who are my worst customers? Which products are doing the best? Which products are doing the worst? And filter, how can I just focus on one particular?
Leslie, this is very powerful. I love this, okay? So for me, I know the importance of knowing these numbers, right? So the fact that you're bringing all this up, I can see the value for a business owner, for entrepreneur. And that's why we just want to move that to the front so that you have their attention, right? This is a very powerful piece, okay? But let me just listen to the rest so I can show you the final things to practice on. Okay, that's going to benefit everybody here. So the next thing that I would do in order to show them visually, right? I love how you said when it comes to sort, okay? The application of it, I want it, being burned in your audience's mind that, oh, I get it now. This is how it's used, right? So think about, can you demonstrate visually the application of that? Because right now it's hard to imagine, And I don't know if, but based on the screenshots that I saw, it looks like you've got some sort of dashboard to show them the application of it. But it's going to be way more powerful if you came from an angle of, let's talk about sort, right? Can you imagine if in one click, and you literally brought out this thing, you shared your screen, like in one click, what am I doing here right now? I'm in one click seeing who are my best customers and who are my worst customers. Why? Why would you want to be able to do that? Right now, chances are you're leaving a ton of money not contacting your best customers over here, not taking them, putting on Facebook so they get a look-like audience. At the same time, your support team is probably getting a ton of stress from these customers, which are your worst customers. So that now it's powerful, right? And then it will be like, let's talk about filter. Can you imagine if in one click, right? So Leslie, I would like you to write down like the word application, or rather demonstrate. Okay, guys, I would like all of you write down the word demonstrate. So what I would love to be able to do is I want to be able to show them visually on video the benefit of that, of being able to do this. But what is important is to be able to dumb it down so that the person who is thinking about attending isn't intimidated by this. Because to a typical business owner, this can seem very, very scary. Like, wow, like, I don't know how to do this. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to demonstrate and show them. So even if you've never utilized any type of CRM or ERP software, it does not matter. Why? Because when you come to the event, the first thing that we're going to do is, and you walk them through this process, okay, make it a journey, an experience. So even if you don't have any system, no numbers, and everything is just done on Excel spreadsheets and even the old-fashioned bookkeeping, right? Writing it down physically on pen and paper. It does not matter, because on day one, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start putting things into dashboards so that every single week every single day, you have exact optics in your business in terms of what's happening exactly, right? Because you're going to realize that the path to scaling is all numbers and math. And last thing you want to do is to be able to speculate and hope and pray for the best, right? So walk them through that thing. And it's okay if you go into showing them and demonstrating them. Why? Because that is going to increase their desire in wanting to attend. Because right now, they don't know what means just yet, and they don't know how it benefits them. So as you're showing the dashboard, remember, don't focus on the feature, but rather focus on the benefit of having that thing done. So if I would come from the angle of teaching so that your audience is in constant agreement, okay? So if it's accounts receivable, what does it mean? Okay, I want to be able to ask them questions, okay? So it would be like, have you ever noticed, right? And let's get real, right? A very typical problem that business owners have is they're making money, or they think they're making money and they're getting revenue and sales. But somehow at the end of the month, there just seems to be no cash in the bank, right? Now, you don't have to tell me if that's ever happened to you, but chances are you and I know that it happens to most business owners. Now, why is that the case? And the reason for that is because their cash flow, there's no plan for a cash flow. But what if you could strategically and systematically manage your cash flow so that so that you decrease your chance of running into cash flow problems, right? So notice what I did. I am speaking a language that everybody understands. They are nodding in agreement saying, yes, cash flow is a problem that I have, right? And what's the benefit? The benefit is it helps me reduce cash flow issues. Over here, it's like the typical business owner might not understand what this means and how they can improve that. Okay, so let's say your framework is, by understanding data, you can improve retention and your back-end sales because of a better support ticket process, right? So take a look at this, right? So it'll be like, so for example, right now, I could go into my dashboard and I can see exactly how many tickets has been submitted, how many of them are still not answered, how many of them has been closed, and my team's average response time. Do you think most business owners have these type of analytics and numbers? But what if you could implement this so that it increases your back-end sales as well as you and your team's sanity to make sure that no tickets fall through the cracks, and also increase customers' happiness and sales at the same time? What would that do for your business, not just on the front end, but on the back end, right? So now, notice, I'm not selling the feature. The feature is a ticketing dashboard. But to most people, a business owner, they don't care about a ticketing dashboard. They want to know what it means for their business. And you as the marketer need to be able to communicate the benefit to each and every feature. Okay, so that is what you need to do in order to increase and improve the pitch. A sales video is always going to be most powerful when it's not about teaching them the concept, but you can demonstrate how it works. Okay, so right now, this piece is lacking the demonstration as well as the application. They can't see visually how it's being applied. You have told them from a conceptual level how it's applied, but if they can see it, can you imagine if in your business, in one click, you could insert benefit here, right? In one click, you could know who it is that is your best performer in your team. In one click, you know who it exactly, what overheads you should be eliminating so that you can decrease your expenses by 20%, right? How much would that be worth, right? Just by knowing that. So application and demonstration. Let's take a look at how this thing kind of concludes and ends. Leslie, make sense?
Amazing, thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if they're right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.